Hello everybody, it's Bill's That College Football Guy here with another video. Yes, another preview and prediction video. And this are... Okay. I got asked to say it this way by a couple of people on X. I'm getting unloaded right now, so the truck may bounce a little bit, so I'll let you know about that one. But I'm going to say this as they asked to introduce this. This video is about the reigning and defending Pac-12 champions, the Oregon State Beavers. They said they wanted, guys, you got what you wanted. All right. Now, Oregon State, they only finished 5-7 last year. Washington State had a better record, but since there was no conference, they beat Washington State last year to win the championship. Now, this season, they're trying to become back-to-back Pac-12 champions. How's the season going to go? Well, first off, it's getting the coaching staff. Trent Bray back for a second year as head coach and defensive coordinator. Yes, he's also defensive coordinator. Ryan Gunderson begins his second year as the team's offensive coordinator. Oregon State actually ranked 60th in total offense last season, and Trent Bray's defense ranked 98th in total defense last season. So there was a problem between a lot of the numbers. Considering the turnover they had on offense, it's a pretty good, damn good number. Defensively, but things are looking better for Oregon State. All right, first off, let's get into the roster here for the preview part of the video. Starting quarterback job, I mean, technically it's up in the air, but is it really? I mean, the starting job, I think, belongs to Malik Murphy, the redshirt junior transfer from Duke. His numbers at Duke, 254 for 421, 2,933 yards, 26 touchdowns, 12 INTs. Like those INTs down a little bit lower, but they're the only other quarterback on the roster that had at least 10 completions on the season was Kabari Johnson, the redshirt sophomore, holdover from last year's roster, 15 for 29, 174 yards. Didn't have a touchdown, but did have a pick. He's probably going to be the backup. The rest of the depth chart, underclassmen that really didn't do anything. So you're starting two quarterbacks, but Malik Murphy, it's his job to lose formally. I don't know if they made him the starter or not. I apologize for that, but on there. Running back room, halfback, tailback, however you want to say it. Well, it doesn't matter what back you're talking about. The starter's already known. That's Anthony Hankerson, the senior. 232 carries, 1,082 yards, and 15 touchdowns. Any doubt who's the alpha in the running back room? Backup, I mean, we got to, I look here for guys who could possibly be in the rotation. I think Jake Reichel, the redshirt junior, could get some carries. But the backup job is basically between Salohadia Allah, the sophomore. Last season as a freshman, he had 55 carries, 258 yards, and a touchdown. You also have Marquise Crosby, the redshirt senior transfer from Louisiana Tech, 57 carries, 234 yards, and a touchdown. So between the two of them, I think they're going to be the backup, and they might be splitting carries for second and third. We'll see how this goes. Spelling Hankerson, but number one running back is not in session. Now, also, there is no doubt who the number one wide receiver is either on this team, and there's a little bit of a depth issue in terms of the wide receiver room, because there are a lot of redshirt freshmen, sophomores, freshmen, underclassmen who did not have really any playing time. Playing time for wide receiver, 10 receptions. Did you get 10 receptions on the year? There were only 4 in the entire wide receiver room that had 10 receptions at FBS last season. The ones who aren't underclassmen, we're talking about David Wells Jr. and Zachary Card, both redshirt sophomores. But here's the 4 who actually got playing time. Jimmy Valson III, the redshirt senior, 11 receptions, 154 yards, and 2 touchdowns last year. We have Taz Reddix, love the name, Taz Reddix, love it. The redshirt sophomore, 17 receptions, 222 yards, didn't have a touchdown though, didn't have a teddy. Darius Clemens, the senior, 25 receptions, 292 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's good. Who's number one? No doubt, Trent Walker, the redshirt senior, 81 receptions, 901 yards, with only 2 touchdowns. But considering how many touchdowns that Hankerson had, is it really that big of a surprise? But offensively, it's not on there. But he was getting plays, and he's going to be the obvious number one in this offense in the future. Now, tight end room, there is a little bit of concern because of the 4 guys who I think have got a shot at being in the tight end rotation, definitely the starters. Doing the 2 tight end set and also that one. None of them have at least 10 receptions last season at FBS. None of them. You have Bryce Caulfield, the redshirt senior, and Cooper Jensen, the redshirt sophomore, both holdovers from last year's roster, as well as Jackson Bowers, the redshirt sophomore transfer from BYU, and Riley Williams, the junior transfer from Miami. None of them have at least 10 receptions. But I think that's it's going to see what happens there. So there's a little bit of question about the tight end room. Offensive line room actually looks really damn good. A couple of redshirt sophomores in there, but have previous playing experience. There's a couple of transfers that I think can have an impact on the team. But offensive line looks pretty damn good. I think they're going to be able to hold up. I mean, and depth is actually pretty good. There's definitely backups. I mean, they're almost 10 deep. So, okay, fine then. So we'll see how that goes. Now, defensively, defensive line room, we got 9 guys who I think got a legit shot at being in the rotation for defensive linemen. Only 3 have at least 10 tackles on defense at FBS last year. That's not good. You've got guys who I think could be on we got Nick Norris, the redshirt senior, JoJo Johnson, the redshirt sophomore, Takari Hickle, the redshirt junior. I think he probably is going to be a good shot at getting in some playing time here. You've also got Tajay Malix, I can't remember his name correctly, the redshirt junior transfer from Western Carolina, and Walker Harris, the redshirt senior transfer from Southern Utah, as well as Kai Wallen, the redshirt junior transfer from Nebraska. None of them had at least 10 tackles at the FBS level. The 3 that did, nothing to write home about, to be perfectly honest. Thomas Collins, the redshirt junior, 14 tackles and half a sack. Tavita Poneyi, the redshirt sophomore, 15 tackles. And Jacob Schuster, the redshirt senior, 17 tackles and a pass deflection. So nothing exactly to write home about. There's lack of game experience really in this unit, so we're going to see how that goes. There's definitely not lack of game experience in the linebacker room. No, in fact, we got some playmakers on this one. For the guys who didn't get at least 10 tackles FBS, you've got Garis Goodman, the redshirt senior, Aiden Sullivan, redshirt junior, Micaiah Tung, the redshirt senior, Clive Pond, the redshirt sophomore. You also got a couple of curious cases here. You got Andy Alfieri, the redshirt senior. He's converting from tight end, far as I know. And a transfer who didn't really get 10 tackles last year, but has a lot of potential. I think could be actually, may not start, but definitely be in the rotation. Raesjon Davis, Raesjon, Raesjon Davis, the redshirt senior transfer from USC. I think he got a chance to do some plays and get in the linebacker rotation. Those are at least 10 tackles. We're talking about Shamar Meekley, the sophomore, 10 tackles. We've got, oh boy. If I get this name wrong, I'm apologizing now, but Oluwaseyi Omotosho, the redshirt senior, 14 tackles and a sack. We've got Sakaya Saez, the redshirt sophomore, 24 tackles, a sack, and an INT. But the 2 beasts in the defensive line, we're talking Dexter Foster, the sophomore, as a freshman, 43 tackles and a sack on the defensive line. And Nico Taylor, the senior, 46 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 3 pass deflections. He was all over the place. So that is, you have some guys there who have some experience, and you definitely have a couple playmakers in the defensive line, so that's a good thing there. Secondary. We have some we have a couple playmakers here. A little bit of concern, a slight bit. 5 guys had 10 tackles or more at the FBS level last year. At least that's better than some of the other units in this defense, but better than the defensive line. But they got some transfers coming in. I mean, the guys who haven't, I think it makes some. So we're talking about Josiah Johnson, the redshirt senior, Noble Thomas, the junior, the redshirt junior, Mason White, the redshirt senior, Amarion York, the redshirt junior, Drake Vickers, the redshirt junior, don't have 10 tackles. Kobe Singleton, the redshirt senior, I think he could actually have a chance to get into the secondary rotation. You also have Jaleel Tucker, the redshirt junior transfer from San Diego Mesa College, and TJ Crandall, the junior transfer from West Virginia. He also might have a shot at making some plays. But those who made at least 10 tackles here, you got Jaheim Patterson, the junior, 18 tackles. You got, and then it starts, like 20 or more, you start seeing somebody who's actually done some stuff. Exodus Ayers, a sophomore, as a freshman, 21 tackles, 1 forced fumble, and 2 pass deflections as a freshman. So that gets me interested here. Then we start getting some really good stuff here. We're talking about Selasa Vajwale the third. Easy for me to say. The redshirt sophomore, 30 tackles, a pick, and 4 pass deflections. You've got Tyrese, I'm not sure how to say his name. I apologize if I'm wrong. Tyrese Ivy Jr., the senior, 35 tackles and a pass deflection. And then you've got the ace of the secondary, Skylar Thomas, redshirt senior, 81 tackles, a forced fumble, a pick, and 9 pass deflections. No question about him. So it's not as deep playmaker-wise, tackles and whatnot, but there's guys who can make some plays here and some potential. So I like the secondary. I like the line, really like the linebacker room. Defensive line, not so much. It's lack of playmakers, but you do have some guys there who can hopefully do something. But we're going to see how that goes. Now, not time for seeing how it goes. Let's get to the schedule, shall we? Get my notes ready here. Start the schedule. We're starting off with a season opener at home against Cal. Season opener actually for both schools here. Last meeting was last year, and Cal won 44-7 in Berkeley. Just beat up Oregon State. But that was the first game with Trent Bray, with the whole new team. There was depth on there. They were on the road. I looked at the roster, and it's like, okay, give and take. It's, if you're counting bouncing out, it's kind of almost even. And it's like, who's at home? Oregon State's at home. I said, okay, fine. That's still not exactly a weighing point. It's kind of still close. So I asked myself, okay, fine. Who do I trust more at quarterback? Devin Brown, Cal's quarterback, or Malik Murphy at Oregon State? I trust Malik Murphy. So some Cal fans may not like this. I'm picking Oregon State to beat Cal in the season opener. Second game, they stay at home. They're at home against Fresno State. Fresno State plays at Georgia Southern the previous week. Last meeting was actually in 2022. Oregon State won 35-32 at Fresno. Now you're at home, and you're beating Fresno again, starting off 2-0. Then the problems start. On the road, at Lubbock, at Texas Tech. Texas Tech plays Kent State, basically a tune-up game, at home the week before. This is Texas Tech's Raider Power game. Don't ask. The only time these two schools ever met, you want to talk about a long time happening? How about 66 years ago? 1959. Texas Tech won that game 15-14 at Lubbock. You're on the road at Lubbock again. Texas Tech's roster, I have a lot more faith in them, and you're losing on the road at Texas Tech. Then, following week, the Civil War at Oregon. Oregon plays at Northwestern the previous week. Last meeting was last season. Oregon won 49-14 in Corvallis. You got a great team, but you just don't have the firepower to match up to Oregon. I don't think it's going to be 49-14. This could be less than a touchdown. It could get that close, because I'm thinking Oregon may overlook you a little bit, but you're still losing on the road at Oregon. Then you come back with that at home at Houston. Okay, so you traveled at Oregon, run up on there, and then you go back home. So you're not really traveling that far. But Houston has a bye week the week before. Last meeting was in 1970. 35 years ago. Houston won 19-16 at Houston. Now you're at home. Talking about a long time away between home and home. I looked at the game here, and between the rosters, I'm looking at both of them going like, this is like give and take. This is close. Who's at home? Houston. So I'm giving Houston the win over Oregon State. So now you're 2-3. Uh-oh. But now comes another game that's interesting. At Appalachian State. On the road. Appalachian State plays at Boise the week before. Now, you're at home and you got to travel all the way to North Carolina. They traveled all the way west to play Boise and then come back home. This is the first ever meeting between Appalachian State and Oregon State. This game will be close, but I'm going to give the win to Oregon State because I have a little bit more faith in their roster. Then they come back home after going on the road to North Carolina. They're playing at home against Wake Forest. Wake Forest plays at Virginia Tech the week before, so that's going to be a tough game for them. This is Oregon State's homecoming game. So this is going to be big for them. This is also, I think, the first ever meeting. I'm not sure. I didn't write down the meeting. I'm not having the meeting here. Off in the last meeting with Wake Forest, but this is Oregon State's 7th consecutive game. This is going to be tough. Injuries piling up. But you know what? I got you beating Wake Forest. It's going to be close, but you're going to beat Wake Forest. And then, for your...
Say a command.
I sure as hell didn't talk to you. Shut your ass up. All right. Now, you go back home to play, stay at home to play Lafayette, not Louisiana Lafayette, Lafayette College. Lafayette plays Bucknell at home the previous week. Your 8th consecutive game, your first ever meeting with Bucknell, which considering what you've had, this is not quite a bye week. Do not look past these guys. I don't think you will. and you're going to beat Lafayette. So now you're standing at 5-3 going into a bye week, finally. And your bye week, you're back home, never left home, against Washington State. So you've basically been home for 4 weeks. I covered this in the Washington State video, the preview prediction video. You're going to beat Washington State at home. Then you come at home again. Oh, look at my next page of notes here. Hold on. Against Sam Houston State. Sam Houston State plays on the road at Louisiana Tech the week before. This is also the first ever meeting between Oregon State and Sam Houston State. I have more faith in your roster than I do with Sam Houston, so I'm giving you the win against home against Sam Houston State. Then you go on the road at Tulsa. Tulsa plays at Florida Atlantic, FAU, American AAC Conference game the week before. First ever meeting between Oregon State and Tulsa. I'm hoping you don't look past these guys, because this potentially could be kind of a trap game here. But I'm going to give you the win at Tulsa, but this could be close if you guys sleepwalk. So just, this is a game possibly be worried about, because those games you don't worry about on the road. Tulsa do anything, but they have a tendency to screw things up for teams late in the year, and this is late in the year. So I'm going to give you the win at Tulsa. Then you get another bye week, and you're on the road in Pullman at Washington State. So both matchups against Washington State, you have a bye the week before. Brilliant scheduling, I got to admit. And if you watch the Washington State preview video, what happens? Oregon State wins to become your back-to-back Pac-12 champions, if I'm right. So that means Oregon State, I have going 9-3. Now, is there game? Could the Cal game flip? Potentially. I'm kind of worried at the Tulsa game, because you guys were looking at me. This is Tulsa. That kind of attitude can get you beaten. You can't look at anybody lightly here. And at Appalachian State, potentially get caught sleepwalking on that one. So you need to pay attention to that game. But I've done enough yapping here. Let me know what you think about this one down in the comments. So thanks, everybody, for watching the video. If you haven't done it already, do me the favor. Smash the like button. Hit the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithms. It helps the video be seen by more people. Comment on the video. I'm going to run through the schedule again with all the extras. One more time. You tell me who you think is going to win these games. Home against Cal. Home against Fresno State. At Texas Tech. At Oregon. Civil War. Home against Houston. At Appalachian State. Home against Wake Forest. Home against Lafayette. Then you get a bye week. Home against Washington State. Home against Sam Houston State. Like I said, why do you think of beating Sam Houston? You know how long Oregon State's been at home? On the road at Tulsa. Second bye week. And then at Washington State. You let me know, look at the schedule, and tell me what you think about all that down in the comments. So share the video if you want to. And if you haven't done it already, check out some other videos that I've done. And if you like it, hey, subscribe to the channel. On the road to 1K, trying to make some magic happen. If you want to follow me on X, the craziness that is that, the link is in the description. The link to that video is in the description. More preview and prediction videos are coming up. I'll go if we get news regarding realignment or anything. Of course, I'm going to jump in with that or anything else big that happens. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Hope everybody's having a great day. Be safe out there, and please be good to each other.